In today's society, we can now have electricity at the snap of our fingers. But at what cost? We are using more dangerous types of energy to fuel our necessities, like our appliances or even our cars. But when we could be using cleaner energy sources such as wind and solar. And I'm going to show you how. First, let's look at the cost of production of these energy sources. First, we have nuclear in the far corner. Now, it is very effective in providing energy for households, but it is also very dangerous into the environment. Not to mention, it is very expensive. When a meltdown happens at a nuclear reactor, it causes havoc around the area around it. Now, we're going to take a look at solar and wind. These are renewable type energy sources. You can't run out of them because you got the sun and you got the wind. As you can see, solars are about 50, while wind is 45. These two are the cheapest to produce. They also require the least amount of maintenance. Now over here we have coal and gas. Coal is also very expensive and it is a dying source. We are running out of coal as we speak. Now we have gas. It's at 60. Yes, it is what our main contributor of energy is, but it is also hurting the environment, and we are also running out of this too. So eventually, scientists say between years 2050 and 2055, we will be completely out of coal and gas. Now, you may be wondering, what do we use the most? Like, what is the main contributor into my household? Well, as you can see here by this pie chart, roughly about 62% is coal and gas. And then over here, we can see we have 20% renewable energy. We don't have enough facilities yet set up to produce enough for all households in America. That's why we use coal and gas. And then the last is 18%. That is the filler. Nuclear provides a lot of energy. But we can be solely 100% renewable with wind and solar. There is just not enough facilities set up for these things. For instance, we have now started putting wind turbines in the ocean to produce some wind renewable energy. Lastly, we're going to take a look what it costs to install one of these plants. A solar farm costs roughly $1 million to install a 1,000 megawatt farm. A singular wind turbine costs $48,000 and they produce a 10,000 watt farm. Now, a coal plant, even though it costs $2 billion to install, and these are the ones we're talking about, they're in the ocean, out in the middle of nowhere, they still produce a 600 million watts. But there are some bad things that come along with this. First off, when these things sometimes explode like they have in recent years, all that gasoline they pull from the earth goes into the ocean and damages the environment. Some final notes. By 2050, we are going to be completely out of coal and gas. So why are we still using them if we're running out? Is it because we're stuck in old traditions? Is it because the oil company has a virtual monopoly on the energy industry? Or is it because we're just stubborn? In this new generation, solar and wind is 100% compatible to fill all of our technology needs. So I say, let's make Earth a better place and go green.
And we're gonna let it